What is good, YouTube? Traded by E-Man, back here with another video. And in this video we're going to be forecasting for the coming week. As you can see, the market's already open, but as of time of recording, it's still Sunday where I'm at, and we're just starting to find our foot for the week. So before we get started, I'd like to ask for us if we get to 100 subscribers as we smash the 50 target. Thank you so much for that. And let's see if we could get at least 5 likes on this video. Without further ado, let's get into it. So first, I'm going to be analyzing usdjpy. Then I'll get onto CAD in a bit. But first, here we saw the big bullish push after CPI news of last week, followed by another push, this long wick being this inverted hammer. Still a lot more push to the upsides, meaning sellers are in control. Then we have this doji right here, and then we have this bearish candle to start off this trading week. And this can also be known as a evening star, this pattern right here. I know most evening stars don't have a candle like this, like a big rare Bozu candle, but this still is serving as a sign of reversal, which I think we are going to retest this key level right here at 152,500, and then maybe go to the next quarter level at right here at 155,000. So if we move down to the 4 hour, you can see this, we're in a consolidation. As many of you know, and if you don't know what a consolidation is, it's just where price is moving sideways. It's not moving up like here, characterized by a low high, a higher low, a higher high. Within the consolidation, it's just moving side to side, sideways. And normally you don't like to be trading sideways. It's not ideal, because something like this could happen where price you would think is going to come down to the support, but it could just reverse on you and stop you out at this resistance level right here. That's why you have to wait for price to either get to a support level or a resistance level before you take a trade. And as you see, price, I have it getting to this level, and before I take a trade to the upside, I would need to see some bullish reversal or some signs for me to take a buy. Something like maybe like a doji right here, indicating that there's indecision. And if we move down to the 1 hour, it's just consolidation as well. You can just see it aligning, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine, because we know that we're just waiting for a perfect setup, either break and retest, which I like to trade, or if we see bounce, and then reverse, I will take that as well. So that is mainly it for usdjpy, because it's mostly the same in all time frames. See, 15 minute is just a little bit more noisy, but you can see that we have a doji right here, so at this level right here. So we could let me change that template to high probability POI. Alright, so this could mean that we could come back to this resistance before coming back down, and then maybe break it and retest this 152,500 level, but time will tell. And let's move on to USD CAD. Before we move on to CAD, what I like to do, as I mentioned in all my other videos, is I like to check the news to see what's going on for the week for the pairs or for the currencies that I'm trading, being the Canadian dollar, the Japanese yen, and the US dollar. Comment down below what pairs you like to trade, and I'll be sure to respond to every single comment. Okay, so on Monday we have retail sales, core retail sales, which could impact pairs involving the US dollar, but we'll just have to wait and see for that at 7:30 Central Time, 8:30 Eastern. And that's pretty much it for Monday in terms of pairs that I'm trading. We have FOMC member speaking as well. That also can sway buyers and sellers and what they're looking for the week. Tuesday we have CPI for the Canadian dollar, so that should be extremely volatile, which we could check right here how it was, what the previous one was. The previous one was 0.6, so any increase or if we are similar to the forecast, we could see a big downward movement in price, which meant that the Canadian dollar was doing well opposed to the US dollar. And there's not much else that I personally think will be affecting anything. Maybe this FOMC member speaking. And let's go to Wednesday. CPI for the Great British Pound. I don't trade that. That's fine. Crude oil. We know that the USD and oil are opposites. They're correlated negatively. So that means if oil is doing good, the US dollar is doing bad because the Canadian dollar is positively correlated with oil. And we have some more members speaking. So doesn't seem like it'll impact it too much, but it still could have an effect. You never know. Because remember, in this game of trading, nothing is guaranteed. Anything could happen, and we're just reacting to whatever happens. And we also never want to trade against the market movers and people that have big account sizes that can really change the market. Basically a market mover. But yes, going to Thursday, we have unemployment claims. Okay, so that could definitely move the US dollar, areas involving the US dollar, depending on if it does good or if it isn't up to the quota of 214K, what they predict, which is this. They have natural gas storage. I don't see myself being phased or see any problem with me with that. JPY, National Core CPI, I doubt it will move the JPY that much, but if it does, we'll see. And on Friday, there's nothing for any of the pairs that I trade, so that's fine. Let's move on to the Canadian dollar, USD CAD. If we go on the daily time frame, we can see that we are starting this week out with a bearish move down, which is expected because you see not one but two big candles, big bullish candles right here. So we could possibly see a fib play if this ends up closing out as a bearish candle. Like, we have to wait for this candle to close first before we say anything, because this could just be a slight pullback and it could go to one of these two areas right here. But if it doesn't do that and it does close red, I see it coming down to the 1.37500 level, or it could come back down even lower depending on what the fib entails, which I could pre-draw the fib from the last point price went up. That's where we started, and we go all the way to when the retracement starts happening. So we could come back down to maybe the 38.2, the 50, or the 61.8, which kind of lines up with the moving average. So we just have to wait and see what's going to happen this week in terms of that. Move this fib because remember, we have to wait for this candle to close before we make an assumption on anything. Okay, there's a bit of another evening star right here, and with that, I think we are for sure gonna come down, because this doji right here is, you're never gonna see any more perfect doji than that. You can't see if it's red or if it's blue. And if this 4-hour closes like this with this inverted hammer, that's a sign of reversal, meaning price could come back down to this area right here where we were trading sideways. This area right here, this accumulation, consolidation, whatever you want to call it. And if we go down a bit more, oh, we have a different view. We have this uptrend right now, but anything could happen. We could come to this resistance and then come all the way back down, because maybe they're trying to catch some people out that did what I did last week, that made the mistake of getting in a bit too early instead of waiting for it to go to an area of resistance or support. So for the CAD, obviously it's been bullish overall. I'd be thinking to get buys maybe at the 1.37500 level, or if we go on a higher time frame. If we come down to, like, you can see price here, there's been this accumulation and consolidating. It's like an area of support, which could be this candles right here and these candles right here. So I'll mark that area out right now. So price could come into this area depending on if we draw a fib. If we draw a fib, which I'll do now, where price last started moving bullish. So we could get, like I said, into this 1.37500 level, or we could come down even more than that too, to maybe this support, depending on the news, because that'll be a big factor in what happens. We could also come down to the top of the previous consolidation, which will be easier to spot out on the daily time frame. You can see this. You see this previous consolidation. So we have an area right now where this could drop into, or it could maybe drop into this area instead. But we just have to wait and see what happens during the week for the most part. And those are the only pairs that I'm trading this week, and I'll be trading those pairs for a long time. And maybe when I see myself getting better at trading, we'll look to tackle out to commodities like gold, because I know gold moves crazy, but this gold has been moving a lot, and the moves you can get on gold can be pretty good. So that's what my future plans are for that. And yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, maybe about using the fib tool or waiting for your price to come to either support or resistance before taking an entry. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Let's see if we can hit our target of 100 subscribers sometime, maybe in the coming weeks or by the end of the month. And there's new videos coming out every Saturday and Sunday, so be sure to look out for any videos on those days, and shorts every single day. And with that, it's Traded by E-Man signing off, and always remember, slow motion is better than no motion. Take care.